guys, welcome back to our channel. Guys, today I decided to come and make a video, guys, just giving you a bit of a life update. As you know, I had to move twice under a 5 months period. We've moved now for probably about 2 weeks, and you know, at first I was kind of like not sure. Once we moved in, I was happy about that, but I wasn't too sure, too keen, or really know how things was gonna transpire. But fast forward to present day today, I've managed to kind of like make us feel a lot settled, which is pretty good. The house don't really need that much, and I've decided to put off the kitchen situation because I wanted to kind of get a new kitchen, but I've decided to put it off for a while. It's not the main thing at the moment to sort out. You know, I've decided to make myself at home, make myself comfortable, and regroup before I decide to take on that job. But yeah, we're all here. My children, they're very happy. They love the house even more than myself. They're closer to school. Prior to that, I wasn't vlogging as much when we was in the old house after a while, because I was like down 2 laptops. Both of them got ruined. I kind of mentioned it a bit in previous videos. Yeah, so I kind of just let that. I couldn't get a new one straight away, and I just decided to myself, you know, everything happened for a reason, so I just kind of waited. And even when I got the new one, I wasn't in a rush to vlog. But a lot has happened in that time, so I'm going to touch on a bit of it. One of them is that I did go through a period where I done a course, a teaching assistance course. That was a bit challenging. I had to compact like all information in a short space of time, so that made me feel like I was gonna go a bit crazy. And you know, I'm not the best academically on a normal situation, let alone have to cram everything in one. But it was a great experience and everything. Yeah, I learned a lot, which helped me even in my own life, to be fair. Deshane's doing well in his football. Quite proud of him. Recently, well, I wouldn't say recent, he's been going through a process where he had to do tryouts for a team, and he done about 4 sessions. Because of lockdown as well, it was like gaps between where they had to put things on pause, and that was like some challenging time. It was a bit stressful on my part, and more so on Deshane part, but he was blessed enough to actually made the team, which was a great accomplishment, a big accomplishment. Deshane has improved so much, not only with his like original team that he plays for, but you know, through them he has developed so much, so much. And you know, he was recognized in his school quite early, and they put him forward, and he made the team, so that was a great accomplishment. Yeah, the kids, you know, they have their moments, because one thing I will say is, especially with Deshane, he's one of those that he doesn't get angry often. He's very manageable, but I'd like say there's 2 situations where would make him his angry side come through. Is if he doesn't really want to do something and you're pushing him to do it, or the fact that he's been really upset by somebody and then all bets are off. So we went through a bit of a phase there when, you know, he had a bit of a meltdown in school, and it wasn't very pretty. And yeah, we went through that. It was hard at the time, but the school, I would say, is very good at the way they dealt with it in somewhat. But yeah, I'm just saying it because, you know, I don't really want anyone under any misconception. I'm a bit like that as well. You know, I think he takes that from me. Like but what we've also learned that, you know, in any situation, God's willing, we always can come back from it. It's not to run away from our mistakes or anything like that, because we all have to grow from situations. I was one to run away, but I've learned so much about facing up whatever challenges come our way, and riding out the storm and moving forward and learning from the situation. Yeah, so really like mentioning that just to say that, because sometimes I think the reason why I'm mentioning it is because sometimes I felt like in the past you've been painted a picture. If you do something wrong, they want to mark you down as, oh, you're a bad child, or this, that and the other. And it's far from it. Even when the people that's pointing the finger to say that that person is a bad child or that person is not good, their kids have done far worse, you know. So and I'm saying it to probably highlight or say, you know, teach somebody that you can come back from things, you know. I don't really touch on even my eldest boy, too tough either as well, but you know, we have struggles as well where he has to overcome, and I'm learning more and more to try and, you know, grow from things, learn from things, even when in my mind I'm just like literally screaming. I have to know that I have to just keep trying and keep doing the best I can, and none of them are perfect, you know. Even Tilly, I had a situation where I went through a real challenging time with her, and her embracing her natural hair and stuff like that. That period was nuts, like absolutely nuts. She wouldn't want to go to school without extensions. Kind of I wouldn't say, I'm not taking the blame for it, because at the end of the day, when I was making her wear extension, I didn't really see that it would become a situation where she was so attached to it that she couldn't do without it. There was times when I was doing that teaching course and I was already highly stressed, because studying and looking after my family is just like a pressure cooker. Some days it was hard, you know. But I'll meet them after like my class at the bus stop, and she literally would have a bit of extension. It's like the only way I could describe it. Like in my background, people would understand. It's like when you wrap a piece of cloth together like a cutter and tap on your head. Literally, that's how bad it got. I had time when I had to like dive and cut the extension off to say that she'd not wear it. There's time when she come out the house in her jacket, the hood, that there's something puffed up there. I know it's the extension. I had to pull it off. I had to get really strict, because one, you know, every time I said to her, this is the last week, she'd say yes, and then next minute, you know, she's hiding to wear the extension. And I don't know, there was one period it was like she magicking it up. There was extension all over. Even when I stopped by, even when I clean them out, she seemed to find them and attach it the best she could, and was wanting to go through the door. So I kind of made a deal with her at one point and said to her, look, you got one more week, and I mean it. And even when I said she got one more week, it was so difficult for me to stick to that week, because her hair was in such a state, and you know, it was just so high pressure, me having to go to class and not being able to spend time with her as much and do her hair, and then just seeing her on the road, how she looked. Anybody who's seen her thought, that's not Rose Child, kind of thing. It was just maybe at that time, it just made my heart bleed, because she just wouldn't listen. And when I was telling her that doesn't look good, that don't look right, she didn't care, as long as she have something hanging off her head, so to speak. So I really went through it, and at that time I realized that it is an issue, and I need to let her embrace her true hair. I often did, no matter what, embrace my hair. If I see where there's a point where it's coming across as if the wigs I wear is coming from my hair, like from the root of my head, so to speak, I always try to show my hair, to say this is me, kind of thing. It's important for me to let everybody know that, yeah, this is me, and I'm, whatever state I am in, I am happy and I'm proud of who I am. So, if you see me in a wig, you see me in a wig, and it's not something to discuss or to make a big deal about. And if you don't see me in one, it's the same thing. So, as she wanted to wear the extension, so all the time, I see that it was a problem. And it's like, it was such a great deal for her friends to believe that that's her hair. So I had to really work hard to let her go with her natural hair, after weeks of tiredness and running and diving, or making sure that I'll get it off her head before she goes to the door, and all of these. I really sticked and fight for her to start wearing her natural hair. She even got into a bit of a fight in school, and it was just the attitude and stuff like that I didn't like, and I had to just bring her right back down to a different level. Yeah, I did keep her off for at least 1 week as well, where I get some time with her, going out with her. Actually, I think it wasn't quite a week, probably about 3 days, and then she started accepting and going with her natural hair. And to this point now, she's wearing her natural hair to school. I've made a deal that that's just how it's gonna go now, because if she's on holiday, I'll probably allow her to wear extension, or if it's holiday time or Christmas or whatever, or we're doing something special, or we're going out, or I feel like doing it at home. But don't quote me, I wouldn't say she's never gonna wear it to school again, but it was very important that I go through this period with her, for her to know that you're good enough. You're good enough without extension, you're good enough without anything add on to yourself, because it's very important as individual to embrace who you are. And so when it didn't seem as if it was a problem, it wasn't a problem, but when it felt like it was a problem and became a problem, then I know I had to do something about that. Yeah, now she still wear a wig of mine in the house when she's ready, in front of her mirror and all of these things, but that's fine. She tried testing the water to see if she can wear it outside. I tell her, she's not allowed and stuff, because she's still young, so I think the wig side will probably be probably when she's 18 or something like that. Not any time now. So yeah, I've been through it in that sense. Growing children is not an easy task, and you have to put rules in place. It's just, like I always say, it's just gonna run amok. When you see something, I've learned over the years with my children, if you see something, we're not perfect, and it's not everything I'm gonna be trying to fix or trying to solve, but you have to step in. You have to say, this is not right. They do make mistakes, and they do step out of line at times, and I'm not gonna tag them as if they're the worst kids or they're bad kids or stuff like that, and I'm not gonna allow anybody else to tag them like that. Not to want to be bringing up stuff, but if you don't stamp those things out, or others out there that would want to try and push that on your kids. You know, I've had that before. But, you know, here we've been very blessed, very lucky with the people that we surround ourselves with, and all we've had is love, you know, from the school. You know, anytime something happens that I'm not happy with, I'll make my point, make my voice, because even when the incident happened, when Deshane kind of had a little had an outburst at school and stuff like that, and I think he didn't go that morning or something like that. And then when I was challenging him and telling him off, he was acting like he wanna break something in the house or just let it all out in anger. And I was like, you touch anything in here and you're gonna be in the brink of it. He went off, and I thought he went to the park or something. He went all the way to school, and then he told the headmistress, and then she rang me and was saying, oh, Deshane says he doesn't really like want to come home. I said, you know protocol. You don't want to come home, you know who to ring. What are you telling me for? Kind of thing. Because I'm thinking to myself, that kind of mess, I'm not going to be the one to be going through all of those. My kids, they're very much safe around me in the house, no matter what. But if you do something, don't call me to say my child done this or done that if you don't want me to correct my child. And if I correct my child and why are you calling me, acting as if you don't know why I've challenged them when you're the one that called me from school saying? And if you don't want me to correct them, don't be telling me. Or if you're telling me, tell me and say, oh, Miss Reed, you know, you can put your feet up. You don't have to do that thing. You don't have to challenge them. You don't have to, you know, because once in a blue moon, that's always him. He doesn't. And there's another point I wanted to make as well. Like, he was saying to me ongoing, oh, Mom, the school, you know, it's not as what it seems. Like, you know, he has challenges in there, even though in his time, you know, he has challenges there. Sometimes he'll say to me, and I'm like, oh, Deshane, go and, you know, you have to go to school. I don't, you know, I don't really say much, but anything he tell me, I listen. I'm always hearing him, and I'm always making a mental note, but I wouldn't encourage them that, oh, I'm going to stop you from school, or I'm going to make such a massive deal. But I know it's hard for them to go to school every day. I went to the course, and the course was like a 2-week course, crammed in, and sometimes you kind of feel like, oh, you don't belong, because for whatever reason it was just hard for me. So sometimes I just imagine if it's so hard for me as an adult, how it is for them at times. But we have to know that this is part of life. You know, we're gonna come across challenges. Don't shy away from it, embrace it, and push through, push forward. And if you know, I'm always coming with my quotes, and can't remember exactly her name, which is really bad, but you guys are getting used to it now. She said, you know, if you're in the room, don't question why you're in the room. You're meant to be in that room. So even that being said, nowadays I don't really question why. And if I just sit and be in an area where I'm more comfortable, and there's, you know, I'm not going to learn anything, I'm not going to grow. So I'm not going to stay somewhere because it's comfortable to stay there. I'm going to go wherever I want to go on this planet, as long as it's accessible, or I can be there. And I'm going to make my kids go through life and not make excuse or nobody tagging them with stuff, you know. I'm very much, and if anybody coming to me with nonsense and telling me, oh, I want to tag me with any negativity as well, to say, oh, maybe your kids are finding it harder at home, that I will reject, because I know that everything I do is for my children. But don't tell me to put up with nonsense when I see nonsense. that I won't do. And, you know, even if I try so many different ways, and the right way is to speak up and correct them when they're going on the wrong path or they do something wrong. Not to say they're going to go through life without doing anything wrong. Because like I said, we've been here over a year now, and that's the first incident Shane's had at school. And, you know, it wasn't nice at first, but I have to accept that he ain't perfect. He's going to have these little situations, and I am going to have to say to you, yes, you're wrong. You shouldn't have done this, you shouldn't have done that. Or, you know, correct him. But we're going to move forward in whatever situation, and he's going to learn from it. Because sometimes the pressure is so hard on him to be perfect. But I know if he's been backed into a corner or something, he will. He's just like me in that sense. He will say, hang on a minute, you know. So, yeah, we have some challenging times and stuff, but we all here, we give God thanks, we're pushing through, we're not moaning, we just learning as we go along, we pushing for better and for happiness and for peace of mind, and those are the things we're striving for, and those are the people that I like to be around, people that's aiming to be better and to do better and to live a good life, peaceful life, happy life. Those are the things. So we're here now, our new address and everything, and yeah, one day at a time, with anything that comes, one day at a time. And I'm just consistently learning, consistently growing, and everything I've said in the past, it has come full circle, and I've learned that, yeah, at the end of the day, any negative that anyone want to say or do, I will always reject it in Jesus' name, because it is not my portion to be accepting those type of things. I never go around thinking that somebody's child is bad, or try and tag them with any form of negativity in that way, because even if they tell me a million things that, oh, my child has done this or done that, it might not be nice, and you know, but always try to see the best in it. And you know, my kids are brilliant, brilliant, brilliant children. You know, I don't shout that and say that enough, but I know my kids are good kids, brilliant kids, and I just continue praying for them every day and hoping that doors will be open for them and they will get to their full potential in life. And I'm just happy that the people we surround ourselves with, they see their potential and they try to nurture that to the best they can, so they can achieve and they can grow and they can make a difference, you know. Yeah, so that's about it, part of people. I don't know how long this video is, but I think, yeah, I've more or less catch you up. It's a new chapter, but I am not rushing anything. I'm just taking it easy, taking a day at a time. There's so much happening out there in the world, and you know, in the UK we're in lockdown and stuff like that. So I'm just taking it one day at a time with my family and praying and being around anyone that makes me happy, stuff like that, which is yeah, people that I've been around is you know, sometimes your heart can be pulling you because it's what you're seeking. You're seeking peace, you know. You know, some things will happen because if things are just not happening, as in everything is perfect, it's like you're not growing, you're not moving. So things will happen, but for the most part of it, I can tell you that it's just amazing that I've encountered what my heart is yearning for. Love, peace, and positivity in that sense. Yeah. Seven times down, seven times rise. That's what I'd say in this scenario. But we're just gonna keep going, keep pushing. Guys, I think my camera just cut off a while ago saying, yes, girl, you chatting too much. So end the video, Rose. End the video. Yeah, basically, even I've been buying one or two bits for me and Tilly because and the boys as well. The clothes that I haven't feels really settled in terms of treating ourselves for such a long time. So I bought one and two bits. I haven't been buying things that we're twinning together. Tilly's got the same jumper and got a few more stuff that is similar to each other. My clothes, the old stuff was saying, Rose, Rose, change me, put me to rest. You know, I need to have a break. You know, that's what my clothes were saying. So I decided to retire some of them and give them that break. I thought to myself, yes, I've heard you, and I'm gonna answer by letting you go free. So that's what I did. I've released them, you know, they've been serving me well. So yeah, you know, just like brightening up myself and showing Rose again as time goes by. Yeah. Don't let anybody steal your joy, steal your victory, or change your day, because, you know, just keep going, keep being positive, keep striving for peace, keep striving for love, keep striving for happiness. When things go wrong, give it time, you know, things gonna change, and things happen so you can learn and grow from it, and the way you handle it, you know. Don't get me wrong, like I've always tell you guys out there, I am not perfect, you know. Sometimes I'm just sort of like, I spend way too much time with my children, and they're on lockdown now as well. But, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. I love them to bits, and I am gonna keep trying always. Yeah, guys, so, you know, you guys out there, I love you all so, so much. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. You know, like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you all in another video. Keep blessed. Bye, guys.